I know that we're a results-based sports society, so we look at Kershaw and say, well, they should have started Kershaw. I'm not sure where you stand on it. I'll get your opinion. I'll give you mine. But Darvish got roughed up again. Kershaw looked good. Should they have started him, Kershaw, from the outset?
No. Listen, I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, right? So Kershaw, not having his first start was terrific, 11 strikeouts and just absolute domination in Game 1. Not so much in the Game 5. So I really thought Darvish, after his clunker in Houston, that he was going to be better than the inning in 2/3 that he did in Houston.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. I mean, right from Jump Street, gave up a couple runs, and then the big blow by George Springer, and all of a sudden you're down 5-zip. And in a World Series game, that's a huge hole. In hindsight, let Kershaw start. Did Dave Roberts think he could get 4 solid? And I can't believe I'm saying this. 4 innings to me would be an absolute disappointment if I started and pitched 4 innings of any game. But for Darvish to not get through 2, quick hook. But when you give up a 2-run jack and now you're down by 5, that was too much for the Dodgers to overcome.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous to all of a sudden now knowing what Kershaw did and then say, well, he should have started. Darvish is an all-star. This is why you acquired him. This is why the Astros acquired Verlander, for these moments. He didn't step up in either start, but I can't sit here and go, yep, they should have had Kershaw in there, because if Kershaw starts Game 7, gets blown up, then people say, why would you start him? Darvish was on full rest there, and so I'm not buying into that. I did want to ask you this, though, the tipping of the pitches, at least the report that Darvish was tipping his pitches. Did you notice anything with Darvish?
This is where I always thought, every pitcher's insecure to begin with, and I always thought everybody was stealing signs and everything. Oh, no, I did. I had multiple signs with nobody on base. But when you get a pitch, when you make a good pitch, meaning let's say your secondary slider or curveball, and it's off the plate, and you see a guy after 2 fastballs inside, and he's not fooled. He's not out in front on his front foot. He's balanced, and he's taking it, and he's seeing all the way. Those are indicators that you say, wait a minute. I mean, that was a 2-1 slider, slightly off the plate, 3, 4, 5 inches, and you took it like nothing. So that would be my red flag. I didn't know. I guess I wasn't watching as closely up until I read, I guess, the same stories that you were reading. Mm-hmm. But something was up because, listen, he's not a bad pitcher. You mentioned an all-star, and they brought him over to solidify behind Kershaw, and he just didn't do it.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.